Shooting the Markesbery 50 caliber muzzleloading rifle. William Hovey Smith, 2016. I am the author of Extreme Muzzleloading, and here we go back and revisit some older technology after I have repaired the fore-end on this Markesbery rifle.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman. One might suppose from the look of me that I've been hunting. That is true. And going again. But in the meantime, during the break, I'm going to sight in this Markesbery 50 caliber rifle that I have just put a new fore-end cap on and repaired this fore-end because it was split. Now this is the first time I've shot this gun in say 15 years or more. So it is an older design. It uses a number 11 percussion cap, for example. It uses loose powder rather than the pellets, although you could shoot Pyrex pellets in it. And this was designed for saboted bullets in particular, although it will shoot round ball too if you load it back to about 50 grains of powder. So the load I'm going to use in this is 90 grains black. And I'm going to use a 260 grain Thompson Center saboted projectile in it. The reason for these components and this amount of charge is that I'm going to use this for a backup gun. Now the other gun, I'm using Blackhorn 209 powder in it, which this one can't ingest because the 209 requires a 209 primer. But I'm shooting 90 grains of loose powder. I'm also shooting a bullet that is about the same weight. So the bullets are basically interchangeable. The powder measure, I can set it the same measure, and I need only to carry number 10 percussion caps, extra to fit this nipple, as well as the extra powder, and we've got a spare gun. Always, when I go on a distant hunt, I try to take at least one spare gun, because these are mechanical things, and all mechanical things will someday fail. And when you're out in the boonies, hundreds of miles from home, yeah, you want to have something with you that you can shoot. This Markesbery rifle has a fiber optic front sight, and this is the same gun with a 45 caliber barrel, which I practice catch and release turkey hunting. But once upon a time, I was using a soft round ball load with about 55 grains of powder and a patch round ball in a 45 caliber rifle, and shot at a tom turkey across a pond at about 125 yards or so. Well, the turkey was moving a little bit, and I compensated and a little bit overcompensated. And when I shot, feathers flew, and so did the turkey. When I got there, what I found I had done was I had shot its beard off. Yeah, that was a very fortunate turkey indeed. So he escaped that day. So now, let's see what the 50 caliber brother will do here. Okay, can't tell from a distance. We'll have to go up and see.
I'm getting a good jet of burning gas out of the muzzle, indicating nearly complete combustion of this charge of black powder. It is possible that you might increase this by another 5 or 10 grains and still have the charge burn within the barrel using this particular saboted bullet.
I could not tell where the bullet hit. It did not hit on paper at 50 yards. So I moved the target to 25, and we'll see what it does there. Okay. It hit just off the edge of the 6-inch bull at 25, but low. So I'm going to need to adjust the sight upward and just maybe a little bit to the left. We've loaded again for our second shot at 25 yards. I had to grind my little screwdriver here down so it would fit the very narrow slots on these Williams adjustable sights. On these older guns, they were sighted with Williams sights, which of the type are actually the best available, and still are so far as I'm concerned. Now, okay, let's see how we do. Our third shot is continuing its downward line towards the black of the bull. Actually, the first shot I described as low wasn't actually a hit on the paper at all. It was, in fact, a polar bear's nose. And when you see what I'm shooting at, you'll realize what I mean. But now we have a line of 3 shots going down vertically, bang, 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 approaching the black. And they're all a little bit to the left. So I'm going to adjust a little bit to the right now, as well as go ahead and make that downward adjustment. This gun has a relieved muzzle, and it makes it much easier to center and seat these saboted bullets. Like I've got this one mounted. This just pushes down with the fingers, so this is an excellent bullet guide. And it lets you just go ahead and push down. Now I also use a little bit of Thompson Center bore butter on these sabots, and that makes them easier to load. And because I am testing sabots, I am wiping between each load. And I'm doing it with this flannel cloth and this rod here, with one white damp up and down, reverse it up and down, then a dry rag up and down the bore twice before I start loading my powder. So that's how I'm preparing the gun for hopefully more or less consistent shot-to-shot accuracy. Now I really like hammer guns when hunting, because you can do this kind of stuff. You can silent cock the gun, something you can't do with a safety gun, where oftentimes you have a noisy click, click as you do the safety on and off. It looks like I'm over the top of the 6-inch bull, just about centered, and approximately 3 inches high. And this is as low as I can adjust this sight. This is the notorious polar bear nose that I thought might have been the first hit, but was not. This was actually the first hit, and I adjusted high, and then I've adjusted low twice. You can see this hit is almost in the center line here of the bull, just about. But that is 3 inches high. So if we aim at the bottom of the bull at 50 yards, we'll probably hit somewhere about in here. So we're going to put this target out to 50 yards now and see what it does. Well, that shot struck here, so I still need to make lateral adjustment in this direction. And unfortunately, in this bright light, I couldn't really see my sight very well, so I probably aimed a little higher than I thought. But yeah, we're getting there. My Markesbery has given me a game-killing shot at 50 yards, right there, with a point of aim here. I'm pretty positive about the point of aim because I took off my glasses and I could see the front sight better. That is a problem with glasses. Sometimes they're helpful and sometimes not. And in this case, they were more hurtful than helpful. So I'm pretty confident of this shot. Now, I could try to adjust the sight a little bit more this way, but between here and here, that is within the era of aim, particularly with these iron sights. So I'm going to leave it just like it is. Now, why don't I shoot some more? Well, I don't got the bullets, is why. I only have about 4 left, and I want those to hunt with. And this is a situation that most people find themselves in when sighting in these guns. These bullets are expensive, and you don't have $100 to spend on components for each sighting in session. Ideally, what you would do is you would fire 3-shot groups, and you would average your groups, and you would correlate them, you would change the powders up and down, you change the bullets back and forth until you got the optimum group. Well, I have neither the time nor money to do that, nor do most people. This is a more realistic approach. And yeah, this will kill my deer, and this will do it out to 100 yards. Yeah, I'm confident I can stay on the chest cavity of a deer with this load, with this rifle, with this sighting in, out to 100. And that's what you use an iron-sighted rifle for. But now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.
Besides extreme muzzleloading, I have a series of inexpensive e-books on muzzleloading guns. And these include Muzzleloaders for Hunters, Shooting and Maintaining Your Muzzleloader, Hunting with Muzzleloading Shotguns and Smoothbore Muskets, and Hunting Big and Small Game with Muzzleloading Pistols, and I also talk about muzzleloading in backyard deer hunting. Without getting into the legalities, there are Tango pistols and rifles. There is the Markesbery line of rifles, and the last iteration was a Brutus by David Peter Solly. For more information on my books, blogs, and more than 575 videos, you can go to my website, www.hoveysmith.com. Good hunting and good eating from the outdoors. Goodbye, and God bless.